Welcome to Brevard News, your place for analysis of the happenings in Brevard County. My name is Jeffery, your moderator, and I'm joined by Troy Tidwell, who is running for City Council of Titusville. Welcome, Troy, and could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, first of all, Kevin, thank you for having me here. I really appreciate your time and what a great format to kind of get the word out. So thank you very much. Yes, my name is Troy Tidwell. I'm running for Titusville City Council. I'm been married for 30 years in January. I got a great wife. Her name is Kimberly, and she's certainly my teammate, partner. Um, you know, I've led people for Toyota Motors Corporation for over 30 years, and I grew up in Titusville, and I'm fortunate enough to live downtown Titusville, so I have sort of a front row seat to everything that's happening. And as a place that I grew up, I've just watched it change over the years, and really the last 5, 10 years. I don't like the direction the city's going, and I think now I'm in a position to actually hopefully do something about it.
So, what's going to make you better than the people that are on the council right now?
That's a good question. I'm not really beholden to anybody, and I think I can bring a fresh perspective. I'm not part of the good old boys network. I've never run for office before. Um, and I think that makes me a lot different than the people that have been there for a while, and they're sort of part of this problem that I've been seeing. So, and I'm sure I know I'm not alone in that. I'm not alone. So, I think it's time for some new leadership.
Okay, so let's look at some of the issues of what is going on in Brevard County. And
Sure.
there's a lot of problems going on, Troy. There was a story that came out 2 weeks ago about Herman Cole and the fact that he had previously stated at a city council meeting that he had no relationship with Robin Fisher. A story breaks that that's not true, and that there's evidence that he and Robin Fisher have a relationship, a business relationship. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I know a little bit about that issue, and about Herman Cole. Um, I met Herman Cole when he was running for city council, and I'm like, this guy's a veteran. He's been on a couple of boards, pretty sharp guy. I really like this guy, so I gave him my vote. And so when this issue came out, his relationship with Robin Fisher, I was really disappointed, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt until I found out more information. So he denied it. And then when the data came out that actually there is a business relationship there, I was so disappointed. And I really felt let down. And I know he let the city down, but I think it's really bigger than that. Really, Richard Broom, he's our city solicitor, city attorney. I think he's got his hands full, because I think as you begin to peel back the layers and dig deep, I think you're going to find there's a lot more to this than what we're seeing. And, just my own personal feeling, if you're on council now and if you're the mayor and you knew about this and you did nothing or said nothing, you're also complicit in part of that potential corruption. And that's one of the reasons I'm running. This is just a new issue, but it's just one example of why we need to change.
So do you think it's a systematic problem? Do you think that as you said, you think this might run even deeper than Herman Cole?
I do. This city as a whole, I think it's been happening for a long time. Our city manager, who I think is probably a pretty sharp guy, but he's been allowed, and he's not duly elected, by the way. He's been allowed to really make policy for the city, and the city council really, whether it's whether they're having meetings outside of council or they're in council, they're really just rubber stamping everything that he puts forth with little discussion, no research that I can see, and not a lot of question. They're not being questioned very much, and I think I have to hand it to the city council because they're doing a really good job of getting their message out. Unfortunately, what we're seeing is only what they want us to see. So no one's really questioning them. They're not being held accountable, and I think it's formats like this we can begin to kind of look into what they're doing, do a deep dive, fact finding, and this group will really start to, I think, hold them accountable. And I think that's what we want to see happen.
This is not even the tip of the iceberg, Troy. I mean, there's all kinds of problems going on here locally. I mean, we have problems nationally, but locally we've got issues. Right here in the Titusville, we have a homeowners association where there's problems with um, the developers are getting a fast track over the homeowners, and there's issues there. I mean, how do the homeowners deal with these different issues?
That's a great question. I know the issue you're referring to, and I don't know a lot about it, but I know it's over in the Royal Oak area. And really, the what's happening basically is that the homeowners in that area, they're being forced to accept a development that they don't want, and they really have, even though despite their best efforts, it's not really helping them. They have no real say so because of big government and big corporations can really squash the little guy, and you can't do much about it. And so we want to change things like that. I don't think it's right. I don't agree with it, and you know, I think people need to wake up and see what's going on. And so we want to shed a light on stuff like this.
Well, you got the issue with regulations. A lot of we've been here 24 years. A lot of small businesses are having a hard time doing business in Titusville, and it's not because they can't afford it. The regulations make it overbearing. They can't really get past the regulations. Do you see that as a problem?
I do, and I don't understand it. And I don't know if it's the Good Old Boys Network or Pay to Play. I don't know yet. A good example is Burger Rob's, great success story. A real small business. They started out as a food truck.
Right.
They expanded to a brick and mortar, and now they want to expand again because business is so good. They're trying to move into Old Downtown, which is a phenomenal place to be. And they are being hamstrung by the council, just one regulation after another. And I don't understand why, but we're going to find out.
There's a lot of businesses. I think one of the things that Burger Rob found out through his Facebook page is that there's a lot of people who commiserated with him because the regulations to just get a business open, it's like pulling teeth in Titusville. And you continue to hear that over and over. Have you heard that? Have you got that kind of feedback or received that kind of feedback?
Yeah, I do. And you can see the demand from the public. Just again, to use Burger Rob as an example, you can look at their Facebook page, you can look all over social media, and the people are begging for this restaurant. And, one of the things I want to do, and it's not just Burger Rob's, the old Searstown Mall, the guy who owns that, I happen to know someone who's just close to him. And, he's done
He's
everything.
still waiting, right?
He is. He has done every single thing the city has asked him to do, and each time it comes before the board, and they keep putting one more obstacle. Okay, now it's this. Okay, now it's one more thing, and I really don't know what's driving that. I don't think they like his personal and political views, and I think that's really what's driving that. They're not saying that, but word on the street is that it's really more political than fiscal.
You could see it again in another issue. Randy Fine proposes the parish hospital. There was a story came out last week that parish hospital, that how that is set up changes. He would actually like to see parish sell the hospital. And so we talked about that story. Can you give us a little bit of insight on your what you think about Randy's proposal?
Well, first of all, I don't know Randy that well. I just know what I read and what I see and what I watch. But I know Randy attaches himself to a lot of issues, and some of them are, they benefit himself for his campaign, and some of them actually do make sense. I'm not sure what the driver is behind wanting to possibly put Parish up for public sale. But anytime that I see that, it always makes me just kind of raises a red flag. So I want to dig deeper into that. One of the things I read was that I guess he went before the committee this past week, and I think it was a 5-2 vote. And Debbie Mayfield, who's a well-respected senator, I love this lady, and she's probably one of the smartest, most respected senators we've had in a long time. And she voted no on it, not because she doesn't see value in it or like it. She just didn't have enough information, and that's kind of where I'm at. I need more information to really dig deep and find out what the benefit of something like that is. I do see a benefit of part of the new board being, appointed by the county or Titusville City Council, and part being appointed by the state or Ron DeSantis, the governor.
What would be the benefit of that? Do you see that the count?
I think it would offer a good balance because right now I think the board is comprised of mostly people in Titusville or Brevard County,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. And maybe it would be good to have someone, a little broader looking from the outside in. So maybe 3 local members, 3 non-local members. It might be a good thing. I don't know. I need more information.
Troy, citizens are disheartened across America. They feel like their government really has turned against them, and you can see it all over, even on a local level. What would you say to the citizens in Brevard County, particularly in this area, as to how we can reclaim government? I mean, it's supposed to be government by the people and for the people. I mean, does it look like that? And if not, how can we reclaim that?
Oh man, you're really hitting something I'm very passionate about. I think not just locally but nationally. I think people have been duped, and it's not really their own fault. We've just gotten comfortable over time, and we elect our leaders, and we put our trust in them, and we want to believe that they have our best interests, and they're legislating on our behalf, and they're doing all the right things. But really, it's not the case. So how we kind of take that back, how we kind of have our new 1776 moment, if you will, um, is really pay attention. When people knock on your door and they have those talking points, and they say, "Hey, don't worry about that. This is just political," or "This is not a big deal." That's when you should really get uncomfortable, because when someone's telling you something's not a big deal, it's probably a big deal. When someone's saying, "Hey, it's just political," oh no, you really need to stand up and wake up and pay attention, because don't be duped. Don't let them fool you by saying, "Hey, just look the other way." And that's what's happened for a really long time in Titusville and all over the country. People have trusted too much and looked the other way, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I've done it for a long time, and there's a group of people with me and behind me that feel very much the same way. So we're gonna kind of flip this thing.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and we need more candidates like you that have conviction, able to articulate those convictions, and have a plan about how to actually deal with the issues. Thanks, Troy, for being here, and you're going to be joining us each week as we talk about Brevard news, and it's going to be your place where you get the best analysis of what is going on in Brevard County. I hope you join us again next week. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much.